Hello, hello, hello. We are playing an arena game on Fjords. And we will take a look real quick. So, I am going to have to take my dog out at some point, so apologies for the interruption ahead of time. Okay, so we're playing with Block, who hasn't played in a long time, but he's super fast. We're playing with Petros, who's doing very well this season, but is super slow. And Mazmi, I played a few times, I believe. This is all the scoring tiles are in this game. Alchemists often have a good time here. Cultists are in the game, which is always disgusting. It's a good map and game plan for shipping cultists. Get a second temple up, and then go shipping in rounds 3 and 5 to build out dwellings. Like an ideal type of cultist game plan, right? Not saying that this is actually plausible. Is to double dig this hex in round 1, get down 2 dwellings. In this round, build a temple, and then build like 3 or 4 dwellings off of shipping in round 3. Maybe 4 dwellings off of shipping in round 3, and then build all your TPs. Build like 4 more dwellings off of shipping and these spades in round 5, and then build the rest of your TPs or whatever. One of these temples is probably economic. One of them is probably Earth 1 or Water 1. Maybe your second temple comes in round 6. Or maybe your third temple comes in like round 6 or something. Doesn't have to necessarily be a game that involves a ton of, involves building your big buildings for cultists. But we'll see. Alchemists do enjoy this track quite a bit. You can open the stronghold. You can build a temple in this round, and then you can build out. You can get to 3 ship by round 3. You should easily be able to get to 3 ship if you want. And because of that, I don't really want to play Alchemists this game. They can be kind of a slow faction too, and we are playing with at least one slower player. Engineers are an interesting pick. They could get the priest. In fact, they're pretty likely to get the priest in the second seat here. They could go priest to earth and then open earth 2 or earth 1. That gets them a spade heading into the second round. They build their second temple in round 2, and then they're off to the races. They probably win the race. If they can pass on time, they win the race a double dig in round 3. All seems pretty good for engineers. Late TPs, super good for engineers. Round 4 TPs is great for NGs, and then round 6, if you can build out like your big buildings or like your third temple or whatever, then you should have a few like in the tank for round 6 as well. Just thinking, who would be bad here? Chaos Magicians would be pretty bad here. They're maybe not that bad. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating it, but I'm thinking they're not going to have a neighbor, but I guess they start on the spade. So almost certainly this yellow hex, it will get them a neighbor if they take it. The other thing about Chaos is that you often like Earth 1 a lot, but I think that with this set of pass tiles, you might not need it. But you usually want 4 favors early, and you only really need 3 econ favors. Swarmlings. Okay. So you probably have engineers, darklings, cultists, swarmlings. That's probably what we're looking at. And then over here, darklings, cultists, engineers. And swarmlings maybe up here, or they're down here, or they're out here. I think the game plan for engineers looks quite robust. I see a lot of people playing swarmlings on this hex. I don't love it, but I think that they've had pretty decent results, so who am I to say? The track is like pretty good for swarmlings. The question is, do you get a spade action in round one? Like, I feel like it's better if you can start on the big building tile in round one as swarmlings here. Darklings might just place here for the leech, and then just like they should pretty easily be able to make a town here, even though it's an expensive dig town, but they should be able to get a town out of one of their spots. Being sandwiched is a little awkward, but I think that they can survive that. So I do think that it's going to go big building and maybe spade or priest. I mean, engineers are really happy with the spade as well, so they're going to be really happy with whatever pass tile they get. There's no way the big building pass tile gets them, but they love that as well. Cultists are the one facing like a strange pass tile. They got either coins, a worker, or like this 3 power tile. The 3 power tile, to be clear, it could get them double dig, but the problem is that maybe they don't have a place to double dig if they might not get a place to double dig. So you're probably best off taking the 6 coins, upgrading, and then there's still a chance that Engies take this hex, Darklings upgrade, and Swarmlings upgrade, and you still get double dig. And maybe like you turn this guy to black and you build this hex or something. Regardless, like if I'm playing engineers, I'm not going to let cultists have this hex. This is like a very good economic track, so it's not clear to me that swarmlings are particularly good. It's also not particularly clear that you're going to get your town that early. If you do start on E7 here, your opponents probably take that away from you. And then, like, your neighbors aren't very good. Your best spot is probably H4 if cultists are here. And then you try to get this hex. Like, Engies could start on this hex, but it seems pretty bad for them compared to starting up here. Yeah, it's pretty awkward for you. Like, getting a town from your starting dwelling is actually pretty awkward to find neighbors and town space. But like, if engineers don't start here, then you should be able to get this hex, and then you're pretty happy, as I see it. Like the pass tiles, lots of pass tiles, pretty good for swarmlings. Yeah, I don't know. Things are just a little awkward. Let me put one more on Engies. I think that a lot of people, 3 of us have been bidding on Engies, but I think that should change pretty soon. Okay. Darklings, we got Spade, Priest, or Big Building. Cultists, I dream of getting double dig, but I don't know that happens. So you have to assume that you lose this hex here. And then what, right? You take this hex in round 1. You probably get a single spade because no one else wants it. And then, ooh, engineers have to choose between this hex and this hex if swarmlings start E4. That's a bit of an awkward point. But the problem is that swarmlings might not start there, and then you're just like really happy anyway. But like engineers, my game plan for engineers doesn't involve taking double dig, in which case cultists might get this hex. It's not clear which they'll prioritize. It's not clear where swarmlings will start. How well can you do with a shipping darklings game plan here? Use your priests mainly for shipping and maybe for some coins in round 2. So round 1, you put the priest to earth. So you got a priest off the cult. You dig this hex using the spade. You turn this guy to brown. And then round 2, that requires a worker's action and fire 1. Round 2, you try to temple for earth 1. And then round 3, you start shipping. And you try to abuse this shipping pass tile. It kind of sounds a little entertaining, doesn't it? Might not be good, though. That's the problem. There's always the question of, is it actually good? And also, you probably just forget the track and you just build your sanctuary, right? That's probably better. Yeah, swarmlings, it's really the game plan for swarmlings is always pretty robust. The question is just, where do you start? And that's what makes me like a little bit iffy here. Also, like the track is pretty good for everyone who wants to do shipping stuff. Like these 2 events are clearly shipping heavy events, which is a reason why I haven't gone to swarmlings yet. But they should do pretty well in the cults. I mean, I kind of see cultists winning the race to the 2-key town if they get this red hex. Like this hex is so vital in this matchup, and I'm just not sure who's going to get it. That's one of like the big questions this game. If swarmlings aren't on e4, then I see myself trying to cut up through here. But we'll see how this goes. I think I see myself going g5, g8. That's just like the natural 2 starting spots. I didn't mean to click g8. I meant to click g5 first. Not that it really matters. Like, I don't think I'm ever not placing g5. Or, yeah, I mean, there's a chance I didn't place g8. I could have started g3 as well. That might have been kind of an interesting type of game. It lets swarmlings kind of go off the hook if they start here, but they might not have started here if I didn't place here. Oh, they started here. Okay. So engineers now want this hex quite a bit, but they could just go for, like, I think that basically this is all very good for cultists because engineers really want to take this priest, but they can only take 1 key hex in round 1 unless they take the crappy 3 power tile and double dig. Now, it might be worth it to take that power tile and double dig. Interesting. I didn't expect this. I think I should still be able to cut up through here, but now Engies might be interested in this hex as well. So if I can get this yellow hex, then that's also quite good for me. So I think that this spot is still good. It's just a good leech spot. It takes a spot away from both swarmlings and cultists. Like this is not great for swarmlings themselves. They're not in for like a cheap digging town. They need 3 digs to get 2 hexes here. Yeah, this is like a triple dig for 2 hexes. Or 1 hex. Yeah, they're full of triple digs around here other than the hex that I've blocked off. Over here they have 1 cheap dig hex and then lots of other expensive digging hexes. So I think that swarmlings have hurt. Yeah, these swarmling spots are terrible. Yeah, they're also not very good for me. This G6 hex obviously hurts me quite a bit. However, they're also bad for swarmlings themselves, especially with landscapes. Like you want to be in like this area over here where no one else is. Instead, they're where everyone is. And while that causes other people pain, like I think it causes swarmlings more pain. You think I'm fine? My performance in my latest like 20 games or so suggests that I'm not fine. Oh, well, look at this. We were talking about taking spades in round 1, but plans change, right? There's a pretty reasonable chance that we can open with a big building here, but we have to see how everyone else plays, obviously. If all the action happens in the center, this is a fun starting spot for cultists, by the way. And this also now looks like a sanctuary town. So I need to consider, I should beat NGs to e4. I mean, maybe I should beat NGs to e4, but it's not clear. Like, if cultists do take this hex, which I think that they're pretty incentivized to do, then NGs want this hex to make a town. And I need 3 to get e4. It's not obvious that I'll get it. Now, maybe I get e5 or something, but... Okay, we need to make some decisions here. This is... I guess if I get this f7 hex, then this can be a 4 hex town. This is probably... I probably just want to open the sanctuary, right? Like, we're playing Terra Mystica here, so we probably just want to open sanctuary. And if I do open sanctuary, then I am beating NGs to this hex. NGs, I believe if I'm NGs here, I'm trying to see if I can assure myself to double dig. Like, so NGs are trying to figure out which spot to upgrade in. Actually, I might just put Priest to Earth here. Priest to Earth is probably the play for engineers, because then that gets them double dig. Cultists literally can't get double dig if engineers put Priest to Earth. So let's say I take Earth 2. Earth 2 is not as good as Fire 1 for me this game. So assuming that I got one power off of the cult. Ooh, they upgrade. All right, let's do some quick math here. I take the workers, then I need 3 more coins. Then I need 4.5 or 5.5 more power. I get 1 more power from here, then I'm going to get 2 more power from here. 1 from the cult. I think I'm 2 powers short in that case. I think that I should upgrade here, get greedy. I don't think that people should be buying the workers on me here. Swarmlings might be spading this hex or this hex here. It's not like it's sanctuary left here either. Like Temple Fire 1 and then build 2 dwellings or something is still a fine opening. So if I don't get the workers, I'm perfectly fine. Maybe I even buy the priest if I lose the workers. Okay, well, this is pretty good for us. No priest to Earth. I guess I could. I guess the thinking behind priest to Earth is that I can then temple for Earth 1, grab the workers, and then I should have enough leech with that. I mean, I kind of see myself prioritizing these workers more than the priest to Earth, right? But in any case, engineers have gotten their dream. If I'm NGs, I'm taking this hex, this green, and this red. And I'm possibly even dropping a landscape over here for this fun bridge town to cut off. No, Swarmlings would just use their bonus spade on this hex. In any case, this is good for me, this TP, but it's very bad for Swarmlings. They were supposed to just spade this hex. Yeah, sometimes when you're given too many options, you just slow down and don't take any of them. Yep, okay. So it is what we expected. It's the double spade. I think this would be to put priest to earth. I don't think that cultists want the 2 workers. So I think this should be good here. Yeah, NG's not snapping the double spade. I think that they were just trying to figure out which hexes to take and whether the landscape was worth it. Like, the landscape is always kind of spicy. But the thing is, they don't lose any economy from this in round 1. And if they can build another dwelling in round 2 along with their temple, which they should be able to do, then they should be fine in terms of economy. Swarmlings just snap build their strongholds. I'm now in position to take both workers and coins. We'll see if I'm allowed to. It's possible that prioritizing Earth 1 is more important. I fully expect engineers to take Earth 2 here. I think that that's the better call. Yeah, you think that they were also considering whether the landscape was worth it? Yeah. But I think that engineers are supposed to take Earth 2 now and put priest to Earth. It's just too good economy not to get this, probably this red hex, because that lets them ship and have lots of places to build dwellings. But they're perfectly fine putting their spade wherever they want right now. Cultists might be considering taking a single spade onto this yellow hex. If I'm cultist, I'm also probably considering taking the priest. No, the priest is probably no good. Yeah, the priest is probably no good. This is the longest that Block has ever thought about any Terra Mystica decision. I think that Block has probably not played for a while. Like, Block is one of the players who has played Terra Mystica the most. Like, this is almost 3,000 games of TM, but yeah, they haven't played in the last month. So this is probably why they're a little slow on the trigger right now. Yeah, 12-minute game here. 11-minute game here, and they've used up over 2 minutes on one action. It's kind of brutal that that cultist didn't get double spade. Now, I don't know if Block would have taken it anyway. He took Earth 1, which is like often the type of, like, especially with temples in round 2 and swarmlings in the game, it's often the type of move that suggests that you're not thinking about economy that hard. But if swarmlings upgrade here, or they just spade the screen hex like I think that they were supposed to do, then then there's no issue right now for okay, this actually suggests that they're just not there. Okay, they are there. And they do indeed take a single spade. It's a little uninspiring, but we're happy. We're going to snap the workers here. This gets them leech to maybe buy a priest if they want it. If I'm NGs, I probably just put the priest before I temple. Or maybe build this dwelling. I don't know. I expect there to be... I kind of think that this pass tile might get taken next round. People just might want it. This is actually pretty good for cultists. If they pass onto this tile, and they don't need to, they should be getting double spade next round. So that's a pretty good spot to be in. They're going to get a spade off the cult. They can turn like this hex to yellow or something. Or this hex to brown. And then they can just double spade this hex. First action next round. Swarmlings are in trouble, I think. The block is clearly just not there. Like obviously, you're supposed to just take the leech. Like, that's not a decision, so something's up. And it's unfortunate because we were counting on at least one player to be fast this game. And I'm streaming, so that can't be me, you know. I'm not the one who's being counted on to be fast this game. It's a little frustrating, though. Like, so NGs have to face the possibility that they're losing Earth 1 here. That's why they do take Earth 2, though. Yep, that's the right call. Just grab this. Swarmlings could take coins if they want to, just to make sure I don't get both coins and workers. Cultists could take the coins, but I highly doubt that that's going to happen. If I'm cultist, actually, I'm probably passing on to this. They take the priest, which I approve of. I think that the move right now, if I'm Swarmlings, is I'm going Temple Earth 1, building this hex, and then setting priest to Earth for an extra spade, which maybe goes on this gray. So everyone's going to get a spade off the Earth cult. That's kind of fun. It's a little sad for me because I've invested a priest into this cult, and it's not going to pay me any victory points. It could have been worth 2 points, but it's okay. Yeah, block does pass on to this dwelling tile with the awareness that he's going to get this and this. Wow. Wow, I really don't like this for Swarmlings. Putting the first priest to water where you're not getting any rewards when you could be getting a spade, I really don't like that. Now, admittedly, no, they're not going to get double spade next round either, because cultists will get double spade. So this priest to water, like, it's points, but I guess the Earth cult, it's not worth that many points. It's probably 4 points on the Earth cult. Here it's like 8 points. But they're probably going to get... yeah, I mean, I guess preventing me from getting first priest here is good, but I don't know. I don't love this move, personally. You can't understand why Swarmlings didn't start G2 and I3. Yeah, you're right, because... Well, so if I'm Swarmlings, like, I talked through my starting spots. My one fear was that engineers would start here. Now, this is not a good starting spot for engineers, to be clear. In a vacuum, they had already started G4, but like, it is possible that they start there and you're just dead. You just die, right? I guess you're not dead because then you can just build around here. You can make your stronghold here and still build around here, and then you hope that NGs get this hex and then you get this brown and you bridge it together later. But I mean, basically, I think that there's a case. Correct. You've never seen anyone start there as gray. You haven't yet. That doesn't mean that it's wrong. That's my philosophy. Just because you've never seen it doesn't mean that it's wrong. But I agree. It looks pretty sketchy here. Is Earth 1 okay here? I'm going to be a little worker tight, but I should build 2 dwellings next round. It looks like I'm going to get onto the... No, I'm not going to get onto the spade. So I'm going to get onto the priest or the spade. So I'm going to be able to build like 2 dwellings next round with my 2 workers. And then I should be able to like advance ship or something in this round, or just like keep digging. So I think I'm okay to just take Earth 1 instead of Earth 2. Ooh, swarmlings. You don't upgrade swarmlings. If swarmlings upgrade, if I'm engineers and swarmlings upgrade, it's possible that I take this bridge and just mess with. Okay, they just turn this sex. Fair enough. They're gonna slow play this. It looks like they didn't snap build the dwelling. Oh, they are building the dwelling. Fair enough. I was thinking that there was a chance that engineers took this bridge and built this hex this round, but it now looks like this blue is not under threat, so I should be able to build this blue at my leisure. Next round, I probably build this hex and this hex next round. It's clearly bad. What am I talking about? Wait, you're talking about what Swarmlings did here, like building this hex? Oh, sorry. You're talking about starting on this gray. Yeah, I mean, this starting on this gray is bad. Don't get me wrong, but like sometimes killing an opponent early is not like sometimes it's not the worst thing to kill an opponent early. But the problem is that you might not kill your opponent because if you take this red, then you just wind up going like this. And also, brown is so happy if you start here. Yeah, you might be right. Basically, that was my fear. That was the reason why I didn't pick Swarmlings. See, I mean, if you do get like this stretch, like you just spade this guy in round one, right? And then you're so happy. The trouble, I guess, is engineers could put their landscape here with their first action, and then they kind of fork you, right? You need to take either this green or this gray. That would be a problem, right? Am I crazy here? That would be kind of annoying. I mean, Swarmlings are getting boatloads of leech. Like, Swarmlings, early on in the game, Swarmlings still like leech, so they're not dead in the water. I don't think it looks great for them in terms of Megatown. And also, like, they're feeding me a lot of leech, which can't be that healthy for their long-term prospects. Or, I mean, that's very healthy for my long-term prospects. Especially since it does look like I'm going to be able to bust out of here. I'm going to pass before Swarmlings. And, wow, Cultists got filled up their leech bowl, which is great. All right, easy call here. We grab these two hexes. And then next round, this is probably a digging round, right? We just dig down these two, and then we advance ship once and we build this. It's not obvious to me what we're supposed to do here. Maybe we're also supposed to look at this hex. But I do think that just securing my territory here is important. Like, it's not the end of the world if cultists get onto here, is it? Maybe it is the end of the world if cultists get onto here. Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. You now have no incentive to come here. They dropped the landscape, which I'm never a fan of this early in the game. If you're cultists, why? Oh, okay. They're trying to build. See, this is why Earth 1 is just kind of annoying in round 1, right? Like, then you're forced to do very suboptimal stuff like putting a landscape down this early. Wow, Swarmlings are taking this leech. I would not have taken that leech if I'm Swarmlings. It's like, I mean, you guys are competing over cults. And you also just paid 2 points for 3 power. I don't think that's actually worth it for Swarmlings, but they're probably just going to build their sanctuary here. They want both a coins action and a workers action, just like I got in round 1. Is it ever worth it for me to try to horn in on that territory? Like, to try to snag one of these 2 power actions? I vote no. I think that I'm actually supposed to pass on to this spade. Just build here. Swarmlings might bridge here. That might be their best action. Priest is not terrible. They're not going to win the race to the 2-key town, it looks like, which is unfortunate for them. Okay, do we want workers or do we want coins here? The answer is probably coins, right? Because coins should let us accelerate on the on shipping when we want it. Oh, engineers do get Earth 1. That's a coup for them. I would have definitely taken Earth 1 as swarmlings in round 1. Engineers are really being given everything, right? Like, there's no reason why they should be able to get this gray hex. Swarmlings should always be taking this away, but it does look like they are going to get it. Or they're going to... And they don't even need it that bad. No, they do kind of need it, so I don't know. I was talking about taking some coins. I think that's still probably a pretty good idea. We'll take this guy and then we'll pass on to... Kind of tempted to pass on to this this guy here. If I get the leech, that might afford me another coins action next round. And then, well, if I do take this hex, then I'll actually be short a priest. I can't get to 3 shipping. I don't think that it's safe to leave this hex unbuilt, unfortunately. The workers went to swarmlings. That makes sense. They're trying to build a sanctuary. That's why they're taking this leech. Oh, wait. What is going on here? Like, what the absolute fuck is going on here? Swarmlings just declined. Like, they took this leech. They took this 3 for 2, but they're not taking this 3 for 2 when I've already accepted cultist leech. They're, like, legitimately just trying to help swarmlings here. It's hilarious. All right. I thought it over, and I think I'm supposed to just take the spade here. We'll build these hexes over here next round. And then we'll advance our shipping using a town. We'll have 3 spades, so we can build 1, 2, 3 dwellings. That's fine for next round. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Cultists go Earth 1, Water 1. Guys, I have a feeling this might not work out that well for cultists, but who am I to say? I guess they are going to be able to just build 2 dwellings next round, and then they'll have priests coming to them? Question mark. Energies might... I don't know if they're like considering a 5-power priest to get... No, sorry, they're not. They might try to get the second priest water next round. I think I'm going to get a bunch more leech here. So I think that I'm supposed to guarantee myself the ability to take coins if the leech doesn't come. But if it does, then I'm ready, and I'm passing on to the spade. And I can build 3 more dwellings next round after taking a coins action. I guess I only need to put myself in position to take 4 leech, right? I don't really think that I'm getting this leech here. And cultists are done. This puts me in position to take both a priest action and a coins action. Start with the coins, obviously, and then I can also maybe grab a priest. Build around people, then get TPs. Yep, that's the plan. And then I'll have lots of workers as well. I will try to get water 1 if I can, but I don't expect myself to... I'm not going to push myself on water 1. I expect my opponents to be able to beat me to water 1. Cultists do pass on to this, so indeed they are just going to ship and build these 2 hexes. Small question. Is it ever correct for me not to take the coins and to prioritize this? How bad is it for me if engineers double dig this hex? Answer, probably not that bad because I get these 2 hexes. I don't think that cultists are ever beating me here, so if engineers use their power to spade this, then I get this. And then I can still make a town without a bridge. So, like, I was thinking, what if cultists' first action is advance ship and their second action is dig this hex? Like, I could prevent both of those from happening by digging this hex and then digging this hex. However, that's not really an issue for me because I can build this hex, then dig this. Because cultists can never beat me to this hex, right? If I take coins and cultists advance ship, I build this hex. The problem is that engineers could then dig this hex. However, I should still be able to get these. And then I should be able to connect on either this red or this green or something. Wow. This is really bad. Oh, but it's also really bad for NGs. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad to see that. This is really bad for swarmlings. They're in a world of trouble here. So I think that cultists have made some pretty iffy calls themselves. They're not passing on to workers and stuff, so they're going to be pretty worker tight. Swarmlings have made a mess of their game, and they've also kind of made a mess of engineers' game. So this is all good news for us. Yeah, engineers are definitely going to get water 1. We are going to get water 1 blocked. So I think that we're going to probably maybe temple at some point for air 1. I think that maybe we build like 3 TPs here. And then this round we build temple for air 1. Also, like between the spade and the priest, I feel like I'm in like a wealth of riches. Like there are 4 scoring pass tiles, but the priest is scoring and a spade, and the spade is like 2 coins and a spade. And then there's 6 coins. These are incredibly strong pass tiles for us. Also, I just realized these are the 7 pass tiles that are in Mr. Fickles' setup. Other than the fact that these 2 rounds are not big building rounds, this actually looks a lot like the setup. The color wheel is obviously also very different. For more information about this, see some footnotes here. Yeah, G7 is the hex that I build after cultists come after me. Oh, wait, I didn't get the leech, so I can't take a priest action. If I take this coins action. Then I'll only have 6 dwellings out. 6 dwellings out is fine. Let's grab these coins. Who else wants coins? No one else wants coins. Priests might be in higher demand than coins, but whatever. Coins can't be bad. We want to go 3 ship this game. We have said that. Actually, yeah, going after this hex is not great anyway, because NGs, if they really want to double dig, they could have double dug this hex too and cut me off. So, yep, block just advances on shipping, so I'm going to grab this hex like right away. Actually, if I were blocked, maybe I would have built C8 first, because then you can double, like if engineers get sloppy about this, then you can double spade this. Now they've kind of cut themselves out of that possibility. Like this is a better town for you, right? Um, this is a pretty strong player. Um, yeah, they played 400 games. Maybe they like 400 games is a lot of Terra Mystica, but if this is like a new arena season for you, maybe you haven't played that much Swarmlings on this map, and it's like not that obvious that like you're not supposed to start here as Swarmlings. NGs clearly want to double spade. They're not sure where to double spade. That's a pretty understandable quandary. They're considering taking this hex, but I don't think that they're supposed to. I think that they're supposed to take this hex and this hex. Um, then maybe they make two TPs, and then they take a ship town and build 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the ship town doesn't help them that much because they can't actually build these two grays in that case. I would still take these two hexes, advance ship, then build these 3 grays. It's a dwellings round. Just build all your dwellings. It's totally fine. That's gonna be 20 points coming into them. They don't build any TPs, but then they just make TPs next round or in the TP round. The one bad thing about it is that they don't get tempo on water 1 by not making TPs, but I think that you can live with that too. Just my opinion. All right. Gonna take my dog out. My next few moves are just going to be building G7, and then probably these two guys, or like, yeah, probably these two guys. No, I think it'll be these two, because I would like to be able to get E6 if they'll just let me have that. So, okay, we are going to take the dog out. We will be back momentarily. Okay, we're back. What do we want to do here? So we bought a priest. I was thinking that this functions as a worker if I need to as well. I can advance my ship and build this, and I can also make a TP now to get better tempo on water 1. Oh shit, okay. Alright, well we did a thing. Let's just make lots of points. Making a TP is bad. Next round is the TP round. If we fail to make water 1, like it really sucks. But then we just make lots of TP points, and we make air 1 points. This sets him up for water 1. I am just going to accept that I'm going to get water 1 blocked. That's fine, because I want this pass tile anyway. And that's how we're going to make points. Our round, in fact, we're going to take air 1 this round. We're going to take a workers town. Can we afford to make 5 TPs this round? That was expected. I think that we need this gray hex now, but at the same time, I don't think that engineers are going to really want this guy just to block my connection. That would be a pretty surprising move. Yeah, unfortunately, cultists look like they're actually doing quite well. Cultists took the coins and they gave up the 2-key town. That's pretty surprising. Swarmlings are going to get the 2-key town now. I would go all in on this 2-key town here. Yeah, I would be going all in on the 2-key town here for Swarmlings. They're also on the big building tile, so that's clearly the right move. They take that, they take air 1. They get a bunch of steps. It's also interesting how these cults have been distributed so far. The TP will happen here. Let's give some leech to Swarmlings. It's not clear that they want it. Well, whatever. We do have to give leech, so. Yeah, so water 1's gone, so let's see. Because there's a TP round later in the game, I think that the right move here is to go for air 1 this round. Wow, this is just not how I would be. Wow, okay. I could have cut cultists off here. I was probably supposed to actually do that. But I wasn't really thinking about that, which was a mistake. Cultists now have access to all these browns over here, unless I ship and cut them off, which I can do next round. But there's also a vague question of should I be taking a 2-key town now? Like everyone is kicked off on it. I guess engineers can take it. I would totally take 2-key if I were engineer here, right? Engineers right now. They have some issues with connection. They're really dependent on this red hex for connection, unless they come around the south. Oh wait, I need this green, don't I? Maybe I don't connect this game? Or maybe I have to come after this red? We'll see. We'll see what town this is. I'm curious. They down converted. If they down converted another one, then that means it's, well, we'll see what it is. It is a ship town. Okay, so they're going to come after this hex right away. This is my connection hex, so that's awkward for me. What do we want here? Do we take a ship town as well? Ship towns are good. Like, it gets us over here in case cultists get weird ideas. Like, we do need to build our dwellings and stuff. Yeah, let's just take a ship town and see what happens. This also gets us tempo on this D2 hex. Or, I mean, this means that engineers have to take this hex right away. Again, the 2 key town is there. It's probably like 2 points on each of about 2 points on 3 different cults. So it's probably like 8 points worth of town. But I should make these other guys work for it. I think that this is probably better for me for now. I wonder if swarmlings take a workers town here. I don't think that's too crazy because then you can build your sanctuary still. No, they just take that. Okay. So yep, we're in trouble. Now engineers and I both need this hex to connect and this hex. I don't think that I can beat them to both of these guys. Yeah, I should have fought harder for my connection earlier. Interesting. We might be in some pretty big trouble now. Like if swarmlings do beat us on connection, which they could, then we desperately need a 3rd town. And that's not forthcoming at the moment. Maybe the 4th town is secretly, or the 3rd town is secretly over here, like with a bridge. Because we don't have water 1, we don't have connection, we don't have cults. So we also only have 1 town left. If I'm engineers here, I'm double spading this green hex and this green hex and building here and then here. Obviously with the ship town, they really wanted this green hex, but they missed out on it. Oh, sorry, there's only 1 spade left, yeah. And they do have the stuff to turn this guy to green. They can't quite build it, but... All right, are we supposed to just give up on connection now? I think sources say yes, we are. I think we're supposed to start making our town up here. And we can cut off cultists like this. Maybe it's not that important. Maybe it's just better to build the town over here and like not fight for these hexes in the TP round. I'm on the TP tile as well, which is pretty key. If I go temple, TP, dwelling, that's all my resources. I have like 1 coin left. But where does my dwelling go? Alternatively, I could build dwelling, TP, TP, take a workers town, and then temple for air 1. That might be the best play. Now, that has me a little low in terms of coins. Dwelling, TP, TP is 8. And then if I get a little bit of leech, this happens. Yeah, I just need a little bit of leech to make this happen. This would require me to essentially build 2 dwellings this round, which is not ideal, I think. Let's do this. The one other thing I could do here is advance my ship aggressively to get here. And then, no, this is too many digs and ships to get around the bend like that. I think that we're supposed to just take this. Get a town. And figure our shit out from there. Have to imagine that cultist advanced ship one more time here. I guess this is fine for cultists. They have Earth 1 and Water 1. And they're on the dwellings tile, so they might as well just secure land while they can. Swarmlings miss out on a pass tile this round. That's good. They also missed out on building a sanctuary, which is pretty sad. I think that they were supposed to take the workers' action and build a sanctuary. Sanctuary is just so good for swarmlings, and like that helps them snowball for next round as well. But whatevs. They don't have a good like their third town is going to be very hard to force out this game. They're going to do some inefficient stuff to make it happen. I don't mind. Let them do it if they want. Come on, buddy. We believe in you. I believe that you're capable of making a move. This is like a weird case where I'm actually not that interested in this pass tile. I really want one of my opponent's two pass tiles. So I'm only going to get 4 points off of this, whereas I would get probably 9 points off of this and 8 points off of this. So interesting game. Enjoy my analysis. Thank you. It's good that you can enjoy my analysis because there's certainly no gameplay to be enjoyed here. I guess like there is one question of, was I supposed to not build this? Oh, I already have 6 dwellings committed here. Yeah, I'm not really competing for, like, unless I build in the east, like this over here is not going to be a good network spot. But I mean, this could be a good town spot, but it's not a good network spot. Do this. All right, executive decision. It is worth it to burn down 2 power here to make a temple for Air 1. The temple for Air 1 costs me 2 here, but it gives me 3 points into next round plus a priest, which is 5 points worth. Now, I might be a little bit coin tight after that, but I should still have 9 coins headed into next round, plus whatever I get off these pass tiles, which is about 1.5 or 2 coins. So I'll have 11 coins to work with next round. I think that's pretty excellent production. So this does require us to take a workers' town, but I'm not going to complain about a workers' town. Oh, hey, there's some leech. Now we don't even need to burn down to temple for Air 1. That's nice. Well, I mean, we do need to burn down, but we need to burn down less. So NGs were deciding whether to take a big leech, the answer is yes. Always yes, if you have Earth 1 and Water 1. They also have a lot of work to do before they can connect, so... I guess one thing I could have done there is I could have taken a priest town and advanced my shipping. That would have really scared engineers, but then I only have 2 priests headed into next round. I don't think I need to scare engineers, because it's still very expensive for me to actually connect. I need to focus on my own game. Not trying to ram through connection where it doesn't exist right now. And I think my own game does want Air 1. Okay, we'll build 4 dwellings next round and advance our shipping. The shipping is just going to be for points, but... Wow, okay. So we're going to be passing on to this pass tile then. Okay. It's an extra worker for us. Maybe we'll even make a temple then. We probably won't make a stronghold, but maybe we'll make an extra temple or something. Unfortunately, we're short of being... I think that swarmlings might go for another dig instead of a coins action. Unfortunately, we left ourselves short of being able to take a coins action, which is a huge bummer. Block did advance to 3 ships, so he's going to be able to build his browns. I think we build this guy, followed by this guy next round. Yeah, it does look like cultists might have this. I probably only have 1 town left in me. I don't have fire 2 yet, and it's just too many structures to be worth building. On the plus side, I think that we're beating swarmlings and engineers, but I think that cultists probably have this. It's just how it looks right now. Cultists want another bridge as well. I hope that NGs take the coins action. And I hope that swarmlings take the coins action, but like, wow, this makes me just want to dig this hex, but I think I'm supposed to do what's better for me. I'm not supposed to get into a war with engineers here. I'm supposed to hunt my 3rd town. And that probably means a bridge. Engineers again considering whether or not to take this leech. It doesn't feel that great to take it, but I think that I would definitely take it. And I would probably also just grab... Oh wait, the bridge went. That block is actually really annoying by swarmlings. Maybe that was part of their thinking. If NGs do come to E2, then I won't need any extra help. Did you take the coins? Okay. kind of would like them over here as well. Trying to ration out my my dwellings and my coins, and my priests here rather. Like if NGs do wind up building this hex, then this might be the place where the town goes. So I think that I want to save 2 priests for here, and then I can build this hex as well. I want to be able to build out 2 more. Oh, I only have 2 more dwellings to build. So I really need to figure out where I can get a town with neighbors. Like obviously this here is like a nice thought for a town. But I think more realistically, I might have to make this town without neighbors. Or I might have to make this town either with a bridge to get neighbors or just without neighbors, period. In which case, maybe the town over here is just fine. Probably putting the town over here is just fine. This is... I can just dig like 6 hexes, and then I can also temple for fire 2 or something. Could also temple for earth 3. That's a lot of points. Swarmlings took the priest. Makes sense. Energies have 1 shipping, but they're going to build all these guys before they build this. All right, let's go all in on this western town then. What's going to happen with all the other stuff going on? I think we want F1 and we want G2 here. And then, because I'm also thinking like there's a world where I just put priest to earth and then temple for earth 3. That's probably worth 6 points to me. Or it might be worth 8 points to me. Let's try it out and see what happens. Cultists don't have a town key. So the only other thing is that like, maybe like, yeah, because the earth track is like jammed. No one else really wants Earth 3. Engineers could take it, but they would need to build a sanctuary for it, which doesn't feel good. And getting priest production is good for me as well. It also frees up a TP for next round, where I want to be building TPs. So I think that that's an acceptable move. And then my last 2 moves are G2 and F1. Engineers continue to build like away. They also need, so they need this hex and they need this hex. So that's 2 more dwellings spoken for on their board. They're gonna have some leftover stuff, but like they're gonna be very focused on making their town right now, or on getting their connection first. I guess one underrated fact is that I could just come in and be annoying to them. There's nothing wrong with just being annoying. Hey, girl. Cultists are likely to pass very soon and get a bunch of points and a coins action. Is that okay? They might also even take the bridge, which is a problem. We need to build our stuff and get out of this round. I mean, we did put this priest to earth, which kind of suggests that we need to close the earth cult, right? Winning the earth cult is almost as good as a town, right? Because we get like 4 points here, and we get 2 points for the priest, and we free up a TP. So like it's like 6 points worth to build this temple here. So I think we are templing for Earth 3. That's my quick breakdown of that. And then we can, like, say we lose out on this tile, we can either pass on to this, or we can pass on to this 3 points, 3 coins and a priest, which might be more helpful to us making our final town if we miss out on the bridge. This priest of water is just to set up a double spade. It looks like NGs might try to triple dig this so they can go for 2 more towns. I approve of that. Seems like a useful thing to do. Cultists have no more dwellings on their board, so they are passing here. But they're going to take coins, and them taking coins is not a disaster for us. We're going to greed it out really hard and just see what falls to us. Doesn't really matter what falls to us that much. That's the benefit of playing darklings. Oh, they take this blue hex. That makes more sense than this black, yeah. Yeah, I still got a temple in me. We're not done with this round just yet. The one thing that maybe I want to avoid is I want to avoid engineers bridge blocking me next round, which does seem pretty plausible here. Swarmlings might also want to bridge block, actually. Am I supposed to just not take Earth 3 yet? I mean, Cultists might open with Fire 2 and then close the Earth Cult. I think that I'm supposed to Earth 3. And if I have to, then I dig out a very expensive town over here in the east, or in the west. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to Earth 3 here and just take 4 points, take 2 coins, and the priest. It's like a 6-point play. Don't know what that's about. Maybe it's just a network play. Like it is a dwellings round. Yeah, obviously advancing ship is preferable for them, but I don't think that they have the resources to do that. All right, last action of the round. Oh, swarmlings are stalling. That's what's happening. I mean, cultists have to prefer coins over this bridge, right? Am I crazy, or should they be going for 3 towns here? I mean, it's not crazy for cultists to try for 3 towns, but they're not connected yet. They still need this hex or this hex. I guess they're going to connect pretty trivially, but they need to sanctuary fire too to make this happen. And to do that, they need coins. They need coins to fund their sanctuary fire too. So if I get this pass off, yeah, if I get to pass here, then I should get the bridge. But if engineers pass here, then they will get the bridge. So it's very tricky. But NGs should be building this hex, right? But if NGs build that hex, they probably miss out on a pass tile. So they, well, I mean, getting onto this pass tile is like no shame. There's no shame on getting that pass tile. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So we should be getting a bridge here. I'm pretty happy about that. Chilly girl, don't do that. Come on, you're okay. Okay. We're gonna gain 5 power. I'm not really expecting any more leech, am I? Swarmlings could give me 4 more leech. I'll decline that. I need to leave enough stuff so that I can take the bridge. If I down convert more, like there's no way that I'm really going to take this leech from swarmlings either way. So I don't think that that's the right move. I think I'm supposed to just buy the bridge. And like, if the coins fall to me, then maybe I take the coins instead. Because if the coins fall to me, then I think I could go TP, dwelling. Shit. I'm really short on dwellings. I really want this bridge. Maybe I probably put too much stuff out here. Maybe one of these guys was supposed to be fire 2 instead of this earth 3. Yeah, this looks kind of like a concession for swarmlings because they're not gonna beat cultists here. They might not even beat cultists here. They're not getting a 3rd town. All they have left is 12 points from passing, 3 points from this, and maybe 2 dig advances. So I think that they might not even like be beating us. Like they might not even get to like 140-ish, and I think that we're clearly past that at least. All right, we're in business. So between engineers and cultists, it's not clear who's winning or who's beating us, for that matter. Maybe we can count how many structures our blue friends have over here, because maybe we're beating them in network. They're only incentivized to build 1 more. Like building another one is, they could build 2 more, I guess. It's a little crazy, but then they would be at 8, 9, 10, 11. And then over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to build probably at least 2 more structures over here. Probably around 2 more structures. So we're going to be at like 9. So they're good. Building another structure is pretty iffy because it requires us to take a shittier town. If we can grab like a high VP town, then we would prefer that. In fact, how many workers would it be to build 3 more structures over here even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we got 9 workers, and we don't want to convert our priests to workers. Those are points. So let's see how this goes. What did cultists do? They made a TP. Okay, they're saving all their points for later. That's understandable. They're going to build this dwelling and then make a TP and then make their sanctuary. Because what's the point in showing your cards too early? Engineers connect. Good for them. Yeah, I think that where I might have lost this game was being too cavalier about my connection. This is a lot of structures that I'm building. I think that I would easily have tied cultists, or beaten cultists for that matter, if I had just connected. So I do feel kind of bad about that. On the other hand, like I played in a color sandwich. I picked into a color sandwich, so I probably wasn't supposed to expect much more than this. Swarmlings might see it better to their interest just to contest network. 6 points is pretty good. But them fighting for cults is also really nice to see for me. Just as like a kind of a personal note. What town would we ideally like here? Yeah, building a temple and a TP makes no sense because I can't get a lot of points for the temple or the TP. I think that we just accept that we're getting only a few points on the cults. Because it's really not worth it for me to throw priests onto cults if they're only 2 points each. I think I'm supposed to just hope that I have enough points to beat NGs here after I take that rate. It might as well just be the 11 pointer, right? If I can get the 11 pointer, I'd be pretty thrilled. Block slow playing his town is pretty happy for me. Swarmlings are just fighting for this cult. Fine. Okay, here comes a town. Decline that leech, don't need it. Oh wait, I am on the ship tile. Maybe I did need that leech. Let's see. This is temple and dwelling. Well, I don't need to build a dwelling, right? Yeah, this is fine. Like worst case, I convert a priest to a coin or something. Maybe I should have figured out that worst case and sent priest to fire. Actually, it does look like my ideal world is send a priest to fire. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to send priest to fire here. It's okay though. But I get the 11-point town. That doesn't hurt. Cultists are going hard on building lots of structures, which makes lots of sense. Yeah, my dream world here is priest to fire. So that way I don't need any more leech. I don't know if this town is happening for NGs. I think they can force it out, but it's going to require a lot of awkwardness. That's a good start. Oh no, it's not. It's not. They just go TP, stronghold TP. Yeah, they're fine. So they have 18 more points worth of this. So I don't know. NGs, they don't have a ton of endgame points, so that's good. Okay, Swarmlings have nothing better to do than to close fire. No, that's not true, because cultists could temple... No, they can only temple air too. So I think Swarmlings are incentivized to put that priest to fire, which means I might have fucked up. Nope, they just make a rather suboptimal move instead. I approve of that. So cultists have what? 20 cult points. Probably... I don't think that they tie engineers on network. NGs still have a free hex to build, so they're going to get down to 2 structures. Cultists probably get down to 3 structures at best. So they have 12 points on network. They pass for... Do they get all of these guys? I don't know if they get all of these guys down. Doesn't matter. I'm supposed to do this, because let's count it, right? I want 4 resources for advancing ship that are not priests, and 3 resources for building a dwelling that are not priests. Right now I have 6.5. This priest to fire is that 1/2. This probably incentivizes someone to just, send little priests or like do a temple or whatever, but this is fine. Because that priest was going to become a coin anyway to build my dwelling. If there's a dwelling to build, that's actually completely not clear if I was supposed to just hold on to the priest turn into 2 points, because the dwelling is also only 2 points. Oh well, no point in overthinking that at this point. If I lose by like a point or two, then maybe we can cry about it, but... Block took a coin town, but is not taking leech. I feel like there's something slightly inconsistent about that, but whatever. He's allowed to do what he wants. He's played a fine game so far. Engineers have 1 bridge. They can make another bridge for this town. So the stronghold can be worth a fair number of points. I wonder if I'm supposed to dig this hex. I think that might not be good, because if cultists get down, if cultists tie network on engineers, and engineers just aren't interested in building another... No, that's not true, because engineers should build this, right? But in that case, like, what am I even doing? Like, what's my point in, like, hate digging engineers hexes then? There's no point. Yeah, okay. Talk myself out of that one. Okay, so this is 0 points, but I don't regret doing this too much. I guess taking a 2 for 1 and just using my priest to dig was slightly better than this, because this is 0 points. And 2 for 1 plus a dig is 1 point. Yeah, oh well. So we have 4 points coming in from the ship advance, 2 points from the dwelling, and then 2 points from digging. So that's 8 points. We're going to pass for 13. We're going to be at, that's 21 more points, 165. 165 plus 8 is 173. All right, this is the most important part, so let's just get this down. This ship advance is worlds more important than the dwelling. Yeah, it does look like cultists will beat us, which is fine. I'm not sure that engineers have that many points. Like, we have a lot of points coming. Or, like, we're at a lot of points, and we still have some decent points coming. I'm not sure if engineers have that. It does make me sad that engineers built this hex, actually. Like, because I think that they've been taking cultist leech. I could have been here and taking all this free leech instead with a single dwelling. But whatever. Swarmlings might be trying to figure out if it's worth it to build a dwelling. It costs them 2 points, but it gets them 3. They can't build 2 dwellings anymore. They might find it worth it to close this cult. Cultists are going to get 8 points, 12. So this is 2 points for building this. Then they get... Oh, wow. Giving that leech to cultists is... Now they only need 1 more power. Then they can build this and take an 8-pointer. This would just be 1 fewer point for them, so it's not really worse. But if engineers can avoid giving cultist leech for like 2 turns or something... Oh, wait. They built a manual TP? Okay, so I'm going to get 3 network points as well. That's a really nice bonus for us. So cultists, they really want to build that last TP, I think. So they probably just take this. Yeah, they take the worker sign just to guarantee that they can do it without even if they don't get leech. It's a fairly obvious call. I could have actually just built this hex. No, I can't build that hex because this is worth 3 points to me. So, oh, that TP was definitely worth it because it's a TP round. So that was definitely worth it for swarmlings. Rather predictably, like this kind of sucked for them. So cultists will be at 131. They'll pass for 6. Oops. 131, pass for 6. 137. Second on network, 20 points here. So 32 points from here. 169. Maybe I'm ahead of cultists? Did I sense that maybe I was ahead of cultists? Oh, wait, they built a dwelling. That can't be right. That can't be right instead of building this TP. That was what, like, because engineers have them covered on network. So that cannot be right. Oh, wait, they needed this to connect. Okay, cultists weren't connected. I see. So when cultists pass, they will be at 135 or 137. No, sorry, 134. Oh, wait, they have all 8 of these? I didn't realize that. Okay. So 135 plus 12, 147, 167. And I'll be at 152, pass for 13, 165, 173. And then I have 3 network points coming. So 173 plus 3, 176. Energies only have 1 town left, so it's going to be pretty hard for them to tie that. Swarmlings killing engineers and themselves worked out really nicely for me. That's not a surprise, I guess. Swarmlings have 20 points coming in the end game, plus 3, so 23 more points. They're going to be at 131. They're an easy last. Cultists, I think we said, was in the 160s, so pretty impressive score, but not quite enough. Engineers, they can get down 1 more TP, that's 6 points. 1 more dwelling, that's 8 points. Maybe they build another bridge. So that's 9 points of passing, so that's 17 plus 4. That Sanctuary Era 1 is actually also very good for engineers, but they don't have a lot of cult points, so I think their endgame points are limited. I think I'm fine to do this now. No point in just giving them an easy hex to build. So what is the story of this game? Oh, engineers will build this hex, so that's fine for them. I think the story of the game is that if darklings get infinite leech in round 1 and start on the big building tile, they're very, very happy. I believe that's the story that we found this game. Okay, so engineers advanced ship build a TP. And they pass. They send Priest of Fire as well, of course. Yeah, we learned that opening Sanctuary for Darklings is good, especially if everyone continues to build around you. Swarmlings giving me all this leech was pretty vital, I think. We learned that Swarmlings shouldn't do this. We learned that it's very good if our opponents block each other. We learned that even if you get cut off of connection, like if your opponent goes Earth 1, Water 1 in rounds 1 and 2, then they're probably slowing themselves down just enough that you might be able to eke your way past them. Any other important? Come on, dude, advance your ship, advance your ship. Don't let cultists have those 6 points. So if cultists do get those 6 points, then I think that that might be enough to surpass me. That'd be 18, so that 153 plus 20, 173. Fortunately, we have 3 network points, so it's fine either way. But they are supposed to advance their shipping here. There's nothing else for them to do. They're considering building this dwelling, but there's just no way that's better than advancing ship. Yep, figure it out. And then they pass for 13, it looks like. So, yeah, 4 plus 9 is 13, so that's 130, 148. Yeah, it's like 150s. We're okay. I'm curious about how long this game was. Oh, hey, we got 1 more point that we weren't expecting. This was an hour 48-minute stream. I don't think that I was that slow, but I did time out a few times when I was between when I was taking my dog out. So we also were really, really lucky that Swarmlings upgraded here. We got both the workers and the coins action, and we got Earth 1. We didn't get Water 1, but like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of Air 1. That has to be almost as good, considering that we only built TPs during the TP rounds. So I'm curious to see how this looks at the end. We gained some elo there, we gained some elo here. 3 of us timed out this game, that's kind of funny. But yeah, block, despite that timeout early, 14-minute game. Yeah, Petra's, buddy, that's not working out for me. We had a 23-minute game. That's a okay time for streaming, I think. Okay, quick look here. We got the most workers along with swarmlings, so that's always a nice sign. That's what happens when your opponents don't take econ favors and build really tall. I guess engineers, that's not fair to say. They took Earth too, but engineers obviously don't collect as many workers. We got 14 priests worth of income. That's really nice. We took a priest via power action. So that's a total of 15 priests. 2 of those went onto the cults. 2 of those went to ship advances. So that's probably 22 points worth of digs. Indeed, that's borne out here. 3 towns is good. We had a decent passing game, but of course, like, it was a very rich passing game. The worst part about this is probably Swarmlings got onto the big building tile twice and didn't build the sanctuary either time. So that's their own fault that they missed out on a whole bunch of points here. Yeah, so Earth 1, Air 1 was quite good. Engineers building everything with Earth 1, Water 1 is obviously a little better, but we managed to hit the track well. We managed to do this well. We got a couple points off the cults, which, in key spots, that was nice. And we just like holding equal ground everywhere here, we also got this nice stronghold, which was, I thought, or like, the classic darklings points. So yeah, we managed to make up enough points during the game so that the relatively crappy end game didn't hurt us too bad. And I think that key Earth 3 grab was pretty useful, given how, like, I shouldn't have gotten network points, and this was only a 10-point game. So if you take away 3 points for network and give cultists the Earth track, then they should win this game. So I do feel good about some of those decisions that I made. As for cultists, like, maybe they were better off if they sanctuaried for Fire 2 earlier, took the 2-key town, they close all their cults, and then they go for a 3rd town. But maybe they don't get connection in that case because I take away one of their hexes. It's not obvious. So that's part of what makes this game so cool. Okay, that's about that. I don't think I have too much else to say about this one. We are 25th in the arena season. So yeah, they start to increase pretty sharply here. It's going to be pretty tough to break into top 20 or top 10 this season, but we'll try. We'll try whenever we get the chance. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for chatting. We will see you soon.